Let's try and take the mute off there. What is going on, everyone? How are you tonight? See if everyone can hear me all right. Yep, sounds like you can. All right. We're in good shape tonight. Medford, Oregon. Greetings, greetings, greetings. Lake Arrowhead, Maine? Lake Arrowhead has a Maine, or Maine has a Lake Arrowhead too. We have one out in California. Who knew? I didn't even know that. Shelton, Washington. Let's take these glasses off. Wichita, Kansas. We got everyone. Milford, Maine. Thank you. I love this shirt too. Good to see you. Minnesota. Good evening. Elaine, how are you? Hey, Glenn, how are you? Right down the road, huh? Pensacola. Loud and clear, clean. Sweet. Green Lane, Pennsylvania. I've heard of that place. I don't know why. Las Vegas. Spokane. Sulphur, Louisiana. I've heard that. That's on one of those... That always shows up on one of those places with strange name things. Brownsville, Vegas. Vegas. Oh, originally from here, huh? Vicinity. Brownsville, Mesa. Erie, Penn. I was in the Army, the guy from Erie, Penn. What was his first name? In the Army, you only know people by their last name most of the time. His last name was Bretter. Greg Bretter? God, that was a long time ago. All right, Huntsville, Alabama. I feel better off in Chattanooga. Yeah, you know, excuse me. Chattanooga is a city that's on the rise. It's not a bad move to move there, especially if you're in Huntsville. Huntsville's not the worst place in the country, but Chattanooga is definitely a step in the right direction. Ohio, Atherton. Atherton, that's like one of the richest neighborhoods in the country right now, I believe. Tampa next month. There I should see or eat. Oh my God, there's what is that place? What is that barbecue place? Or no, the taco place. Can't even think right now. Give me a second. I have to look that one up. Tampa. What do you call it? Cab driver took me there one time. I was stuck at the hotel. Had like an hour layover. No, is it Taco El Flanco? Oh, Taco Dirty. Oh, I forget. There's a really good taco place there. I can't remember what one it was. It wasn't Tampa Tacos? I have a video on Tampa where I talk about that story. It's been a long time, but that's a good taco place. Hey, B-Sime. I hope I got that right. Oh, I missed two of them. Look at that. Hey, Briggs, Randy Cox. How's it going? Still can't figure out how to do a monthly subscription. Is here a donation? Thank you very much. That's very appreciative. Thank you for supporting the channel, Randy. And you, BCIME. VB Broke are here. Old broke 16-year Army vet. Top 10 cemeteries for U.S. to take a dirt nap. Top 10 Briggsism. Top 10 cemeteries. Arlington, if you could swing it. Spokane. Thanks for supporting the channel, you guys. I appreciate that. Cruising to Loretta Olson cruising to Alaska in May. I'm cruising in October. It's like the second to last trip on the NCL Jewel. Hello, Greg. How are you? BC is me. I got you now. Okay. What's my favorite city in Mexico? Guadalajara, Mexico City. I'd go for Mexico City. Guadalajara is nice. Don't get me wrong. There's just something about Mexico City. I mean, it's such a big city. So much going on there. So much history. Beautiful place. It's got some run-down areas, but it's a beautiful place, too. Fuck, you ain't lying. Ventura is expensive. What is the first thing that comes to mind when you think of Arlington? It's where I want to be buried. No, I probably won't be buried there. I plan on being buried out in the ocean someplace. Sharonda Ray, how are you? Where did my hair go? Same place it's been going for 30 years. I shave it almost, I'm sure, weekly. Ate a sandwich and scratched something in my throat. Like, got this hard Mike's Amazing Bread or whatever it's called. And I think I got a seed stuck in my throat or something. Montpelier? Monteplier, I always want to call it. That's one of the nicest state capitals we have in the United States. Easily. Beautiful there. I brought up one time how you guys don't have any, at least a while back, you didn't have any chain restaurants or anything like that. It's all mom and pop things. This was 5 years ago. I'm sure things have changed. I think it might have only been restaurants too. But anyway, oh my God, some lady just freaked out on me because I acted like it was a bad thing. I didn't act like it was a bad thing. I just happened to mention it. And oh my God, sometimes people get on the weirdest little things and they just go on and on and on. You're all, it's not even what I meant, but okay, you do you. Virginia Beach. Fort Mill, South Carolina. Oh, Viva Bem. You're from Brazil. Brazil. Most corrupt states. I'm working on that right now. So we've done most corrupt states by this. There's this index that it goes by. But how many convictions for corruptions has each state seen versus every like 10,000 people? And there's a lot. And it's not just like senators, congressmen, state congressmen, or whatever, state representatives. You know, everyone from a mayor to a city council person, anyone that's been elected or appointed can be convicted of corruption. And that's what that's all about. Everyone thinks it's only like the senators and the congressmen and maybe the governor. No, mayors all the time get arrested for corruption. One of the worst cases was Bell, California. Oh my God. I was still living in California when that happened. Bell, California is little, I believe it was Bell. Anyway, there's Bell Gardens out there, and there's Bell, and there's something else, Bell. But anyway, one of them is a really small little city. And the mayor, city council people, they were also corrupt. It was like the mayor of that town was making more money than like the mayor of Los Angeles, you know. And I think he was making more than the president of the United States, something weird like that. And these people were just, they finally, all of them got arrested. The whole city council, mayor, everyone. Was it Bellflower? Might have been Maywood. Yeah, they're all in that same area. Vernon. That's what you used to call it. Vernon. It's out that area. You know what I'm talking about. Yes, Puerto Rico does grow coffee, but they're not a state. They should be, I think, but they're not. Under 300,000. That's one I want to do. So we did one a while back, homes for under like 250,000. You know, cities in each state with homes under 250,000. Then we got to California, and it's like we found 2 places. So we're like, oh, okay. Yeah, I have not been to Springfield, Massachusetts. Been to Boston, been to Plymouth, a couple other places. Tucson's not a bad place. I mean, it's hot as hell, but it's a nice place. So I think people might hang out there longer than most other places. Ridgecrest. I was watching someone's video talking about the best mountain towns, and I think they mentioned Ridgecrest. I'm like, it's not really a mountain town. Puerto Rico is a U.S. territory, not a state. Largest city that you have lived in. Largest city that I've lived in. Los Angeles County, Redondo Beach. Um, lived in San Jose, which is like, what, the fourth largest city in the nation. I live in Portland, which isn't that large. Um, Atlanta for a while. So yeah, Atlanta's probably the biggest I ever lived in for any extended period of time. What got me into doing all these videos? I read an article that said a YouTuber made $14 million. So I used to travel a lot, and what I'd do is I'd go to small towns and I'd just walk around them, check them out. And that was like a hobby I had whenever I was traveling, like if I was doing comedy or I was in the military. On the weekends, I would go to some small town. I just love learning about the United States and seeing places. So that's always interests me. And then when I read that article, it said YouTuber makes $14 million. I'm all, well, I need to do that. So I kind of quit stand-up comedy and started getting on YouTube. Didn't know anything about it, and eventually decided to combine my desire to be on YouTube with what I love doing and talk about small towns and stuff. And that's how I got here. Best states for fishing and boating. Best states for fishing and boating. So it's going to be Minnesota, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania. Somewhere in that area is probably going to be your best bet. But, I mean, then you got to start looking at Louisiana, too, which has incredible boating and all that. So, yeah. So, Foo Fighters Twitter. Oh, really? He did die. Anyone know what he died of? The Foo Fighters drummer? Oh, no, that guy, Taylor Hawkins. That sucks. That guy. Oh, that's too bad. So, if you don't know Foo Fighters, they're a rock band. Dave Grohl was in Nirvana, and that's his new band, or not new, the one he went to after Nirvana. But the drummer, the guy always had a smile on his face. Every single time I've ever seen anything they're doing, interview, whatever, he just looks like he's the happiest dude on the planet. That's too bad. Only 50. This is not an emergency stream. It's I'm bored stream. And today's video didn't do that good, and I was kind of not happy with it, so I just thought I'd get on and chat with people. More on this day. On this day's been growing pretty good. It's going to be a long time before it surpasses this channel, but it's been doing pretty good lately. Best states for treasure hunting. Ooh, that is interesting. I know a lot of people really get into that. Vince the Storm Chaser. Thoughts on Seattle? My dad is also considering moving to Seattle. Seattle's overpriced right now. They are getting a little less crowded because a lot of the companies are. I was just reading an article about how traffic is because of the pandemic and because of other things, but fewer people have to go in to the city now to do their job. So a lot of people are working from home. That's easing congestion and a few other things. So it's too expensive in my opinion for what you're getting. It's a nice place to visit. Don't get me wrong. I go up there all the time, but it's not worth living in my opinion. On this day is part of my morning with coffee. That is what I like to hear, Moonlight. I got an email and I shouted them out, but the guy's like a director or whatever for a adult transition thing for people with learning disabilities, there's whatever, that just graduate high school and how they get into the regular life, things like that. And that's what he does. And he said every single morning they watch it in part of their group time. So I shouted them out. I thought that was really nice. Trestles is a solid answer. Old man's more my. So one of my favorite places to go when I was a kid, and you think you're gonna live forever. I used to go love body surfing the Wedge. Okay, that I love the Wedge. Oh my god, it was so exciting. Sometimes I got nailed a couple times. One time, I honestly thought I broke my back. Then I didn't go back for like 2 years. Julian, California, good place to visit for family. I'm not really sure. I don't know about that place, but I'll tell you right now because it sounds familiar. If it's the place I'm thinking of. Oh, okay. Anyway, out there by Banner and all that. Okay. Yep. I don't know much about Julian. I do know that a lot of people don't. There's a lot of things like Poway and stuff like that, and you just, I don't know, how do I explain this? You think it's going to be a lot worse than it really is, but they're not that bad. Santee, I like Santee. Santee's not terrible. I mean, could be better, but I know a girl that went to Santee High School, and this was back in the late '80s or early '90s, and she it turned into a lawsuit uh, because the principal took her in. She's heavyweight up here only, and natural and nothing weird. And she just wore T-shirts all the time. And the principal called her in the office and told her she had to get some kind of a bandage to press them down more because they were a distraction. And it turned into this big lawsuit. She was humiliated. I think she switched high schools after that. You don't say that to a 17-year-old girl. I mean, nowadays he'd be, hung out to dry. But every time I see Santee, I think about that. Crappiest states. There you go. 10 things from the crappiest states. Yeah. If money didn't matter and your whole family and friends were forced to move, where would you go? Out of the country, probably go to Canada. But if I was going to go someplace, I would get a beachfront property up near Seattle. I like the cold and I like the ocean, like on Point Roberts, which I really love. Yeah, Seattle's taken a bad turn. Seattle still has a lot to offer, and it's a beautiful city and all that. They just, like Portland and like Los Angeles and San Francisco, they got to get a handle on what's going on. Um, it's too bad that they're in the situation they're in. What time is it? 9:20. All right. I think I'm going to wrap this up, guys. I appreciate you hanging out with me tonight. I get to this certain point where I start getting a little punchy. Then I know it's time to uh, sign off. But you know what? I was thinking about doing this again tomorrow night. So if you guys are around, I might be on. I'll let you know around 2 or 3 in the afternoon if we're going to do this again, okay? All right, guys. Everyone have a great night. Thanks for hanging out.